Okay guys, so I'm back again with part 3 because part 2 also dropped. The same as the first one. I have no idea what is going on. It's something to do with the internet, of course. Is hopefully it will continue. I guess I need to keep an eye on it to make sure that it is not stopping. Yeah, I can hear myself now again. So I don't know. It's just really weird is that I'm saying with all of these streams, it's not showing that it stopped streaming and it is not live anymore. That's really inconvenient. Again. Very inconvenient. But anyway, so I don't know if you watched the previous stream or you will be watching it again. I'm gonna repeat myself. So this is the orders. Okay, and I let me just see if I've sent it to Telegram channel because I don't remember now. No, I didn't. You see, now I have to, just a moment, I have to send this to my Telegram channel. That's the top. Okay. Yeah, now it's through. Okay, and so quickly repeating that now I have the channel I put in, right? This one, where we are trying to lead our market into the upside direction, into the correction, right? But at the same time, I was saying we are still near the downtrend channel and the level of the downtrend channel, right? And because this is just a pin, so basically that is not confirmed. Okay, so this is not confirmed that we are going to still continue going from here up because this is just a pin. So I have a bit of the stop. That one is still lower. And as you can see, right, that's the lower, that's low, and now sits on that edge of that previous little channel. And basically what I would be expecting from here is 2370 roughly, still to break out a bit and go further down. Might take this pin, maybe go further, get closer to that pin, fill in a little bit, 2360, or possible even further down, right? And might take this bottom and then create no new low and then turn around. So that's quite possible. Could be a scenario, one of the scenarios. Of course, on the other hand, we have head and shoulders, right? So our neck area is a little bit hard band here. It could be this plus minus 2375, could be 2380, because that's the previous top, but it was very sharp. So that's why quite possible it could be just this area. So breakout and possibly continuation of going up in here. That's why I have this pending orders here, but I'm not placing the bigger take profits, where I was actually explaining that this 2380 could be resistant. So it might take that top, break it, give a false again, break out and then come back, maybe again in the same area or actually further down. So it also might end up here is well, whatever, maybe triangle or something creation, you see, but we still need that second bottom. Well, that's what for me I need another bottom to actually make that a little bit stronger, you see, because if I place it here, this is not correct. This is just a possible breakout area for the continuation going down, but where it's going to stop, that's the question. So that's why I'm going to leave it like this for now, and we will see, because for example, if it will do some other breakouts, I mean, right now, that's what I was saying again, we have this concentration, quite nice. Remember, that's false breakout and then came back and had a good move. So we basically have similar here. Now it came back, had the one false breakout, then had another breakout and then came back. So of course, after this, expectation of a bit better move, for example, could be going higher or could be going lower for bigger take profits. It's possible, but at the same time, we still have this top, and you see the first channel could be a little bit narrower, let's say it that way. See, it might be somewhere, well, can't really like place like this, something like this, maybe. Yeah. And if it goes, for example, we'll be trying to break out 2380, it might break and be stopped by this level. Yeah. So it needs to be just a little bit more parallel, obviously, with this one or that one. So you see, that might be the case. That's what I've been saying. It might just try to break 2380 and come back. If it's not going to be enough volume, you know, like I'm saying, Fridays you could be very volatile, could be strong moves at the same time, could be very slow moves. Okay, could be very quiet day. And it's midday for me now, which is about 11, which is 11 in London. And you see, it's very quiet. Like I don't really usually like this time, because all the action usually starts in about after midday for me, about an hour, 2 hours. Like could be a little bit before the American Open, then American session, and of course the news events, right? So that's where the main action now I would be expecting. So this area. So let's see how it goes. So that's just a little bit of explanation for you. And again, the trade runs is from the automatic system, which I run on this screen. You see, so many trades was taking through the night. Actually, see, I have made a mistake. That's why I probably had because when I placed the orders on my in here and send it to and showed it to you in the stream, then I sent to Telegram channel. I have closed out the window, and then when I opened it, I was a little bit tired. I placed the orders on the wrong chart. You see, because I was leaving this one for somehow I thought I was back live streaming and was going to leave this chart running of the automatic system, and I placed by accident the other orders, and that's where they walked out. This one, the yellow lines, so they're where they break for the but anyway, it's closed out with the profit anyway. So that's what I was showing. But then I was actually doing the stream. I couldn't understand why I don't have, it should be 15, right, the split from the first EA. But you see, all the splits are not 0.05, which are from this EA. And so yeah, by accident I made a little bit different, but anyway, it's still closed out, as you can see, through the night, with some trades which were open the previous day on 25th. They closed, you see, on 26th with little profits from the recovery. And then it was, that probably was this sell with the losing that pin, probably caught it, and then it's recovered through the night. So that's the recovery, and some more recovery, and it's actually made some more profit. Yeah, and then it's all was automatic entries, perfect. And then one was another one, you see, another one was already quite after Asian session. So it's actually, this one was before the European session, and it was well, I mean, it lost, but now it's trying to recover it. You see, it's still in recovery. So the one trade is running, it's a recovery. So the ones, again, not make a mistake between these windows, just placed now is this area at this moment. So I'm just going to leave that one as it is, and hopefully it's just going to keep going, and you will be able again to see the action, right, how it's going to perform once again. See, yeah. And of course, if I will be able to get here, I also showed, I think the previous one didn't show, it stopped streaming when I was telling about, for example, it's no need to sit by the screen, right? So it's like, because you know it's very slow, and probably for an hour it's not going to be any action happening. But what we want to do after this action happens, after breakout from this area, I want to look for another one, right? The next area, next entry points. Like I was telling you, I'm not like placing an order and I'm just sitting on the long term trading, like waiting, leave it. I'm more scalping, right? Doing scalping. So basically you can put alarms or alerts here, alerts above and below the levels, and then of course you can walk around house, do whatever you want, and then you hear alarm and you can run to your computer and see what was happening. So basically what you do is you just, wherever you need it, you press right click, trading, and you go to alert. Yeah, so for some of you who doesn't know that, that's how you place it. So you can place above, expecting if the market moves enough those 180 points, right? So somewhere around here you might would want to see if it closed your trades or not. So for example, if it went here and closed out with profit, then of course I would, like, for example, wanted to see what's next. If it will be trying to continue going further or slowing down here, then of course I might top up, right? Expecting now it might continue to my next level. And of course the same you can do for this. You can put two alarms. I mean, right now I'm just showing an example. It will be two arrows, one here and another one there, but right now it's bleeping as I just crossed the price. Okay, so, and then of course what you do, you modify, right click, and then you can modify it. You can choose what sound you can do. Usually I do change the sounds, one for the buy stop, one for the sell stop, then how many how many times it's going to bleep, right? You can do like 50, and the timeouts between the bleeps, and of course expiration, you can put time. I usually just remove it and see what is going to, so you can test. Yeah, so you make sure it's working, and then that's it. And then you just can go and don't have to sit and watch that screen. Okay, so I'm going to delete it for now because don't need it. I'm going to be back if I will be able to, also with the commentary again, but right now I'm just going to leave it's running without any commentary, because there is no point really me sitting here and just talking about nothing. Right, because there is nothing we can do right now. I'm just waiting. Like I'm saying, is boring waiting time between the good moves. But once again, you see the nice move happened again at night through the Asian session before the European session opening, and then just gone all like quiet, really quiet. That's unfortunately when I'm sleeping, missing all of this action. It was usually it would have been, it's like lately, you see, because China is quite involved in buying gold, that's why quite a lot of actions happening at night, because like before it was not as much movement through the Asian session, but now it is quite quite a bit of action, because a lot of interest in Asia, a lot of interest for gold. So yeah, and that's what I was warning about, this false breakouts happening right now. That's what I was saying. It's usually, that's why I don't like this summertime trading, because of those false breakouts. But to avoid, if you are watching for less risk, like I'm saying, it's up to you. Again, you see the risk management, as I was asked, I'm saying it's all up to you. For example, I would take the risk and place the orders. Basically, if there will be no other running trades, lots of trades like you see in previous, like it last day, yesterday was a lot of opening trades, right? So if it would have been still open, I wouldn't place anything, of course. But if I only have that little one running, then, well, that's what I showed you last night, I would have placed, because there was nothing else. And but if you wanted to be more safer trading, then of course you could wait false breakout and return. Okay, and then you would activate the orders. Okay, because that would be a bit more safer and stronger for next possible breakout and continuation further up. And this is where you could place take profits a little bit bigger to the next those levels which I pointed out last time. You see, it's exactly at those levels where the market moved, exactly as expected. It's really nice when the market moves exactly in your direction. Yeah, but you see, with these pins, it's the point is it's happening right now because summertime, as I'm saying, the summertime is it's less people trading, and it's more, could be those movements, right? And usually I'm trying to catch them with this 180 points, right? So because like I had even smaller 120, so maybe you need to change it, but you know the spread on gold is quite wide on many brokers. With many brokers it's quite wide, but in the Asian session also, with the opening market of course huge, and then it comes down. And before like the news, when it's quite, the spread is much narrow, that's why I usually would go for like 120 points, just to make sure that I'm not going to get caught on these movements. You see, lately I increased the take profit to 200 points, because I saw that the market was not making those false breakouts, and it was moving quite nicely, enough making 200, but then it started to go back again, these false breakouts, where I was telling you I'm changing my take profits for small 180 points, but you see now it might need to be changed for 120 to avoid those breakouts. You see, hopefully in September it will all go back again to normal condition in the market, with less those pins and less breakouts like this, where we will be able to get movements without catching the losing trades, okay, those false breakouts. But that's what I'm saying, because very often the market would break with gold. You see, with like other pairs you trade, there could be those little pins, and then coming back, they might be not also big enough, or so you would just they're quite strong. Also those entry points where the small pins break out and coming back. You see, with gold it's very often just break out and continue wherever, one way or another way, without these false breakouts, you know. So yeah, and that's how it's been for before the summertime. That's how it's pretty much was more the way where it would just break out and just go nicely, or like break out, reverse a little bit, and then continue the way. You see, but now if you notice, it's doing a little bit nasty thing, right? I don't like when it's doing this, when it breaks and not enough to take me into the profitable trade, and then comes back and then actually continue where it was expectation. Because yes, as like I was saying, the expectation was actually the going for correction, but they still could go and give us like a double bottom or something. You see, they decided to just have that pin. So let's see what here, like I'm saying, here we already had possible one false breakout and another false breakout, so that means from here it should be nice, reasonable move one or another way. And again, when I'm saying one or another way, is because you see, after this one returning in the area, it's broke and it didn't continue. It's a nice direction. You see, it still had this another false breakout and came back, and again didn't continue straight away. It just started to slow down, back again inside. You see, that's why from here it can go any direction. So because usually after that false breakout you'd expect it to go opposite, right? False breakout and then go in opposite. But yes, this happens, one direction, another direction, and then it will pick its direction. So at this moment it looks like it's trying to stay above the level line, like kind of showing that it still wants to possibly continue further, but it's still in our consolidation area. You see, in that area it might today, like I was telling in the other stream, it stay between 80 and 60, or could go a little bit further 70 and further down to 50. So I would say this would be a playing zone. It might just sit, not making many movements. So if, for example, American session also not going, like we had really big moves last Friday, like, and I think previous Friday, but last Friday was huge move. So that's why, for example, this Friday I would expect a little bit slower movements. Okay, so yeah, that's it for now, guys. And if I will be able to go back with my commentary, I will try to do so later. We will see how this goes, and if not, I'm just going to switch off again the microphone, so there will be no commentary. And of course, if I will not be also live today anymore, then I will make a video on Sunday, for just the technical overview and overview of the trading this week, right? So I'll just make my normal video, not the live stream, just the usual video with looking at what was happening, how the EA performed through the week, and the trades I sent, and yeah. So bye for now, guys. Bye.